Howdy do, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Why someone is here? I guess it's still daytime. I assumed it was nighttime because we slept. Rattle, rattle. Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on? Hina just came to see me, and she was as white as a ghost. Ghosts are transparent. You can't see them. Or whatever. Sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. Makoto, Kyoko, you know what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room? What's inside? There was a window in the rec room door, and I heard you look inside of it. When I did... Good heavens. It's Sakura. Is she unconscious? Totally. No, she's actually just... She's really just digging her knees. She just got done working out, and she's like, man, look at these legs. Never skip leg day. That's all that's going on. She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. Or she's praying.
Hey.
Praying to the protein gods. What's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice it through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking. I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. The door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said
Wrong.
the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. It is? The chair? Chair.
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? I told you what she's doing. She's just really into that knee, that thigh, her own thigh. Just a lot of people, they say the fat goes to their stomach and their thighs, but not hers. And she's like, dang, some people don't have it this good. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura. I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence, and that silence didn't last long. Here, I found a broom in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please.
Come on, please hurry. Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could, aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. Crash Bandicoot. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair is pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura. I ran up the door as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her... Dang. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then...
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
Oh no. All-Star Apologies, Deadly Life, Chapter 4.
Huh? Sakura's... dead?
That, or they're intently looking at the weirdest mop I've ever seen in my life. So, I mean, it's one of those two options, and I'm pretty sure it's not what I just said.
She's... really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura was really dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And why? Why does this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard about the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her is not just someone in this room.
It's your fault.
It was one of you, Hiro Byakuya Toko. One of you killed her. What?
What?
You're accusing us before we've begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Oh, great. Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
Another Dragon Ball Z reference. What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file.
It's about time. Don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and
In
then
other words,
I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to the most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, I would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
hey,
I gotta tell ya, it was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. Basically, so unlike in like chapter 1, Sakura just straight up attacked Monokuma, and Monokuma was not powerful enough to actually just punish her back. Oh. So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
Owe them one? Oopsie. Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because I mean, your lives are on the line, right?
What is this?
What the heck? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway.
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina's on guard, is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's one thing I want to say,
What?
which is Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What?
It's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears for the discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let us all in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy evolving master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why would I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find who killed Sakura
correct.
for those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. That's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Seek a way out. I better check the Monokuma file before doing anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death was estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma File 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? Seek a way out.
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever, but could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear out more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits this crime and then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, we'd have to do is check the door to see if that was what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, and you shoot an arrow through the gap in the door, or something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There's no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gate that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is the killer stays in the room till it's opened. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they show up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like that could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room,
other words-
and by that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we could cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. Those are the 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of the 4 choices seems to be most likely in this case? 3.
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. Right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Boy, oh boy. Ooh, checkers. No, that's Twister. This looks like some kind of wrapper. That's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave her that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else get their hands on them. You really like that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. You know what? You bother me too. I could flip you upside down and have a mop forever. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely. What a nuisance. Something in a plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Kim A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Kim lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Kim lab.
Just a second.
Well, that's strange. Huh, what is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. What does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue. I'm not sure how. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullets. Alright.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand on her? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toku, and Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't just stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where, right? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon. The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. Is it possible to not have regrets? I know. Hina, Aoi's account has been added. But the fact that she asked for those three to meet with her, and that she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard the three of them directly. There's blood over there. Hold on. There's a blood stain from the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make any sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain. Does that mean there's a magazine? Like one of the magazines is bleeding? The same shelf full of magazines. There are all different kinds of magazines here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Inside each bottle is some kind of Monokuma figure. And what I'm wondering is, how do they get those figures inside the bottles? Crack a bottle, let your body waddle. It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle, huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is a Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle added. Now the locker's open, and they're on the inside. There's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden there until after we'd opened it. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? There's shards of glass scattered around the chair Sakura is sitting on. The glass is all red, and are those tops and bottom sections of the bottle right? So they originally have been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor have been added to the truth bullets. Oh, there's something else on the ground in the glass. It's a figure. It fits the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. The figure on the floor has been added. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit by the head of the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood, and I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifies she didn't suffer any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body's been added. Maybe getting hit on her head somehow caused her to start vomiting. Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I call it interesting, but it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood has to be connected with why she died. Alright,
What?
you're bothering me. Oh, there's something I'd like to talk to you about, punk. Make it quick. No. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would oh, now you stutter? Good job. Good job, perfection. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay then, thanks. Byakuya's account. I'm going to purposely lose it. I need to see if the lock mechanism. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence of the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence of that kind of thing, a string or mechanism that was used to open the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Oh. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get to the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the chair. In other words, there's no reason that the chair had anything special had done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence the door or the chair being tampered with any kind or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She decided? She's getting a lot more pushy since we had our issue. She's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aurora I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. What's up with the fact that Sakura asked to meet with you? What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya told me she asked to meet with you. Meet with... Byakuya already told me she asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go to see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept that as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm gonna go back to my room. With that, Toko retreated to her room. You know? What's up, Makoto? You need something? Yeah, actually, I wanted to check something about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? Could it be? You can maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened within you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she wanted to meet with Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Well, a note. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way. I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at
I haven't
me.
seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Huh? Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of a trash I went to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slapped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash, which is also looking at the polka dot wrapper stuff. I'll definitely have to look into the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find more about the protein can we found from the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the Chem Lab. So where should I start? Chem Lab.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eyes on the Chem Lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say is, yes sir, I understand. No, that's not what I meant to say at all. Literally not what I meant to say at all. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Well, if you do the cooking by the book, it looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf itself. But more importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. How kind of you to offer. What an insufferable smirk. He handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. So I got to work. Before long, I draw up a sketch of the room. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left the footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, and did whatever they had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
The footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself. Can't think of any reason not to, so I can only do what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then, these prints are really valuable clue. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. This is all where the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words,
that's right. It could have only been around the time of the incident. Is that really when it could have happened? It must be related to the case somehow. Source of powder added. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with letter A and a number, so I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit A section. But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Someone put this here on accident? So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How can you have lived such in ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
Ignorance must truly be bliss. What do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application to the real world?
Fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess this is considered the parts of the shelving section, Unit B. I don't see anything of ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry about this shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing dangerous, but chemicals. Looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number, so I guess this is considered the part of the shelving unit section C. I should try and focus a bit more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has diluted substance, B reagents, and C lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from section A. What concerns me is in section A there is a bottle with the label section C. What was the bottle of poison from section C doing in section A? There's definitely something going on there. There we go. Chem Lab shelf added. The powder itself, huh? There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I might better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in the front of the shelf. There's also what remains to be a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle is labeled Chem C4. It also looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the footprints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints of the powder have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take one more look at the rec room. Alright.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hira told me.
I see.
See, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body and the shelf of magazines and the Monokuma bottles. Those two things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Ghost said the magazine shelf was hiding some clue of some kind. Clue. Blues, clues. Now this magazine is upside down. Someone put it back on the way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
And then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back there upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... It says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy if anything. It makes me think that there's something more suspicious. Me too. They said look at the Monokuma bottles again. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. It's the Monokuma bottles! Something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between the bottles. Pay careful attention, you're sure to find it. A correlation. The pieces? The chess pieces? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so,
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Oh, really, Makoto? No answer. Yeah, because you're one to talk, buddy. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Yeah, what do you think happens when you're in the doghouse, you idiot?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle and try and get the smaller pieces too? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And it's obvious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. I'm going to, when I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't like what this is about. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better do the job. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting the broken little bottle pieces. Oh, okay. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. And so what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? What's the point of the experiment? Oh, that's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words-
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma bottle figures inside this are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
And here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they're balanced out or the pieces collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
Hey.
and I believe you arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I'd grown perversely used to. Although, there is still some times, I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
It's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the true sections of your handbook.
Hey,
Next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
It's actually even telling you that it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain. It would appear that she did suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Oh, 2 blows.
indeed.
Interesting when you say that there's more than one interesting thing. And there's more than one interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So, that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. I can't believe she's able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Already? That felt like a short investigation. Maybe it's been longer than I thought it was.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Go to sleep forever then. Go away. That's fine.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Not a fan of that. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only that. That's what I'm saying. It feels like we haven't. The investigation was not nearly that long. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after the other. And then, the ultimate martial artist, a locked room murder mystery.
What?
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. XD. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
How about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. See you all down there. What the heck was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering somebody?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be
I
mean.
mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough, because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here? The person is one of us?
Don't look at me.
I said it before, I'll say it again. It wasn't me. Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that. How can you stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
Hey,
Staying around here isn't going to do anything. Let's get going. As always. Our ride was over. The doors open once again. Ah, we're now in Egypt? Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You said it like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Even she's gone.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
See, so since this is voice acted, I can rest my throat a little bit, and that's good.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of us three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Let's just jump into it. Make your argument. Owie's account. Owie's account. There we go.
It was one of you.
Oh, we need the more hearts, yeah.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
That should have been easier. I do like letting it play through once just for the dialogue,
Another reason
though.
you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh, just right back into it, huh? Pocket trash. We're coming after you, hero.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
And then Hero's gonna say it and I could shoot him.
Same here! I never saw
No,
her.
you did.
Come on. There's no way none of you went.
Yes, someone went, and we know
At least
who.
one of you is lying.
We know who's lying. I just wanted to see the dialogue.
Same here! I never...
Hero, it's not looking good for you. Oh no, Yasuhiro. It's not looking good for you already.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
Yeah, we said that.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
Yeah.
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Sakura loved candy too much to share. Hiro got the candy from Hina. When Sakura got the candy, which was after the nurse's office. Hina gave it to Sakura
not sure
after
about
that whole
that,
incident went
Hiro.
down. So there's no
Hina
way.
didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it. I mean, what I meant was,
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden
Yeah, we do.
hostility?
We need to know that.
But we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
I think you mean dying message, buddy? What would a shiny message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it.
What are you saying? lying! No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Dang, alright, Hero.
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the message in the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, which in case that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Magazine dying message. Music change, which might mean we need to memorize
I can tell
something.
you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. Ogre's body was discovered.
No, it's wrong.
I'm trapped.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it.
You mean 30% without a doubt?
So you know it's true.
Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh wait, this already? Oh, this ain't gonna be good.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh.
Nah, give that back.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Sorry, buddy. I think I've got this rhythm game
Show me
down.
the proof.
This should prove it.
The occult is bullcrap. That's funny.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying
I
message.
think I've got the rhythm game down. I don't want to jinx it, but it's been we've done better at it than I thought I was going to. Because I thought that was going to stop.
Because if you look at it,
When we did the
the
first
message
trial,
was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood.
yeah.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
He
What?
admits it.
What?
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. That piece of candy. That might give you some energy. Yeah, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me.
No,
she was
she
gonna kill
wasn't.
me and make her escape.
No, she wasn't.
So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
Ooh,
What are you talking
Karigiri.
about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What did he do? What he would have to do after writing the message that doesn't make sense? Why the magazine was hidden? Why didn't he use Sakura's finger? Why he picked Toko? Why the magazine was hidden? If it was on the table, he didn't say he put it back.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden.
Ah, okay.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Yeah.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Exactly.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
Huh.
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
Probably the person whose name is on it.
they must not have liked what was written on it.
Yep. Someone who wouldn't have liked what was written on it would only be Toko.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Why are you freaking out?
Hiro,
Huh?
tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Bullets, 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 bullets.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she
Wait,
could
no,
do
it's the
anything.
status of the body. It is the
You
status
hit
of the
her
body.
from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered. And she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
Yeah, just once.
There it is.
No, he's wrong.
Ah, I'm a little rusty, but I'm still here.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Yep.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back.
It looks like 2
After
spaces
the
are missing.
incident, There were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But
Well,
originally, there
yeah.
were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy.
The experiment. That's why they were heavier pieces.
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Oh. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. It's the object the Monokuma bottles had inside. The bottles hold. Oh, I'm dumb. I thought I was a genius. I thought I had something there. Oh, the chess pieces? I mean, that was a thing. They all had chess pieces in them. That's not too far-fetched. Alright, give me an S. Now, keep giving me an S. No, never mind, actually. E? E. E, E, E. E, 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 E. Oh, wait, another E. Wait, come here. E.
Now I understand.
It's the E meme. Perfect. Alright, okay. So that makes
That's
sense,
it.
actually.
The chess pieces.
Because there's 6 pieces in chess? King, queen, rook, knight, bishop, pawn. Well, yeah, I guess that's right. That's actually right. Okay, so
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
that makes sense.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
The Batman.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen.
I've played
the rook,
chess, but I didn't really ever pay
knight,
attention that
bishop,
there was just
and
6.
pawn.
Okay, that makes. I mean, it makes sense. I'm
What was
not.
left
I'm not.
intact
That
at the
yeah.
crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
So the queen and the knight were missing.
And on the ground was the knight.
So where's the queen?
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No.
No.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
Now this is the experiment, right? I was ahead of myself, right?
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was also broken. The bottle, it was also broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is the experiment. Yeah, okay, so I was definitely ahead of myself. Because that's then why it was heavier, right?
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was
Because
that
that's
the
two
collection
bottles.
of
If they would have put a
pieces was
second
heavy.
bottle over there, that would have solved
And
it
the
right then and
reason for
there.
that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Ah.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must
that's why
have left
one was
behind
missing.
a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing monochrome bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados. Yeah, sure, of course. Sakura's first attacker, Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle.
Second bottle, let your body waddle.
Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
Yep.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Oh.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
Yep.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Dang it, Hiro.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Well,
Someone tighten the screws on his brain. I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
you
I'm sure she didn't disappear.
might have.
But maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Carry Gary. Just carries the whole everybody and
Hiding
everything,
in the
huh?
rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Oh no. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought, but from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Oh no. You'll select it the same way during the non-stop debate, simply by pressing Q or using the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're just going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Ah. Oh no. I jinxed it when I said, oh, the first one went okay.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you! No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
Oh, that's gonna get. Oh, I need bullets.
It's a lie! That's enough!
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's a lie!
No, you don't.
Nothing. That's enough!
This should prove it.
You were in the locker. That's where the handprint comes
Did you
from.
know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
Okay then, let's just compare it
fake
to
it till you
your
make
hand,
it.
shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Wow.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after you left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you
Right.
did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
You mean? Yep.
Guess who's back?
Welcome back.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Do they?
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
Oh no.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, but anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna.
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro in that one.
Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack,
Explain.
and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Oh, okay. I'm about to say, just like the investigation, this would have been too fast. The examination or the status of the body?
I was just
Wait. Status of the body was found dead and asleep. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably which had vomited blood. Ah, we haven't covered that yet, have we?
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, you didn't. Yep.
No, it's wrong.
We still have a mystery.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Well, I don't know if it was upright. I don't know.
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
You know.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
Nope.
No, I'm sure she's
That would
fine.
explain the blood splatter
Anyone
in
who saw
front of the
murder scene
magazine.
should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves the attack in front of the that there was an attack in front of the magazine itself. The blood stain, yeah.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Yeah.
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
I'm not.
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that
can't.
sounds easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there? Till
No,
everyone showed
because
up
that's
and
isn't that
opened
what
the door?
Kyoko said? That the thing was open when we first saw through the window. So
While everything
if they
was
were
all
in there,
confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
it's because it was already open. Yeah, the locker was too small. I saw it for myself. I was in the locker. No, but yeah, we saw it.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
Maybe
I
not.
think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
Dang. Okay.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
They lack critical information. Could we really be missing something so important? If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's back into the fray, huh? All right, who we putting bullets in now? Oh, I don't think it's any of these.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack,
No.
then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Except that. Oh, maybe it's not.
You're blaming me, huh?
Oh.
Anything other than the shot.
Okay, sometimes it's a lot more simpler than I think it is.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood.
Yeah, that was kind of
I
important.
think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death.
Yeah.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Oh. Definitely poison.
Poisoned?
Poison. Imagine this Mickey Mouse. Never mind.
That's right.
No one would know it.
This
It
is
doesn't
the
matter.
conclusion I've arrived at. And
This
so
poison
there can
skit
be
that Disney
no
did.
mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Yeah, it is. The vomited blood would actually make that possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of
Probably.
course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Ah, okay. The
Not
switch
in the
bottles?
rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Chem C9. Cloud 9.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
Lethal.
And that's where the
Lethal
poison
League.
came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya showed us, I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the other supplements. I'm positive it was actually in Section A.
Got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Yep.
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
That's the problem. That's what's called a mystery.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of
Strange, isn't it?
poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and
Master!
we were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it was the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was calm as ever. He just drank it.
It's awful.
Yeah, this is poison.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched the finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
If y'all were wrong and it wasn't protein powder, you both would have just poisoned yourselves. You would have chugged it and then you would have just, oh, that's poison. Just been people dropping.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
It would have been, okay. The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in a protein drink. Oh no. Ah, Hangman's again. I thought we did one of these already. Ooh. Oh, protein drink. Yeah. Okay, never mind. It's quite literally. I need an R. Like that. That'll do. E. Drink. A D rank. Drink. There we go. No, I need an A, actually. That'd be nice. A. 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 Oh no, it's drink. Where did I shoot? I took damage, but I don't remember. I must have double shot.
It must have been poured into the protein can.
Protein drink, not drank.
If the protein's in the
I confused
poison
myself
part,
when I said the D rank
it
thing.
seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can.
Okay.
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they
Yeah.
had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
A deadly class trial.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
That's why they would have vomited the blood. Yep.
No? I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
Yeah.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Well, who offered it then?
I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Well, if you could tell us. Go ahead, go for it.
Who was it?
For real?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be. It must be what we found in front of the shelf. Oh, the powder and like the footprints, right?
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Right.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Oh no.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be Makoto. Are they yours? No? Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Yep.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just you.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange
Just
ever
Monica.
since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
All of it? I don't know.
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it.
Uh-oh.
I'm not convinced.
Oh. Okay,
You're
well
not
then
about
it
to claim
continues.
She wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
Okay, what if it is?
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Are we?
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked
Locked
room
door
problem?
problem.
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well, that doesn't matter.
It does matter. Wait a
Just 'cause I'm
minute.
guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
That's how it works,
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. But the
Oh.
fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Because you don't know.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's
It's
right.
true.
It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
That's just how it was.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Every time someone's gotten defensive, it's gonna jump to somebody else, right? So is this okay?
Go
Hang
ahead,
on.
Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that,
Wouldn't they have had to walk back to switch them? They Hang on.
I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room.
Hang on.
But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf.
See, if you did that though, that means you accidentally put the protein back on C, but there's no footprints in front of C.
And because of that, everything I did got found out. And
Right?
that's
No?
it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein.
And if you would have
right?
spilled the oh no. If they would have spilled it, forget going back. If they would have spilled it at Section C, so it's on the ground, there'd be footprints from Section C to Section A, and there's not.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
You do.
Yeah.
But if that's true, isn't that a little strange? Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Well, until we figure out, until we uncover the truth of this case. There's no path. There's no trail. That's the problem. Footprints in the powder. That's the bullet I need.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Uh-huh.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, the footprints.
And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, there's a problem with that.
That's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Until you become superior, you inferior being.
Moved from Section C.
No, you did not. No, you did not. That is wrong.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Right.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein.
Mm-hmm.
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
That would be easy.
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint. She couldn't have disguised nothing if she also didn't notice.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
Yeah.
The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Exactly.
well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh, you losing it?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. What? Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Oh,
New
sure.
evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Look how smug she's being. She gets to stick it to him for once. Someone does.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had
Wait, in the
sunk to
bottle?
bottom of the bottle.
So both of you, well, I guess you didn't really drink it, but still.
And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
That's great.
What is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it, huh?
Tell him, Naegi.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
The shard of glass, light blue glass Coco found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now. I broke something this same shade of blue, the rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
Okay.
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
That's a good question.
What's strange is that according to what Hina told us.
Where was it in the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the glass to the rec room? According to what Hina told us. It's a 50-50 between these two.
I got it! Whew. The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
That was close. That was close. I was paying attention, I still didn't catch it.
Somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality,
Everybody's lying.
that bottle of poison most definitely found its way into the
Celeste
rec
just
room.
rubbed off on everybody.
It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Okay.
Hold on, you're moving too fast.
It was for a second for me too, buddy. I don't blame you now.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? That can wasn't there when she died. How did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it.
Uh-oh. Well, that was a loaded question.
That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was open. Hope versus despair, huh? Alright. This is another thing about the voice actors, right? Like, Byakuya's voice actor must have been having a time with this one. I don't know. Empty protein drink, source of powder.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Uh-huh.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec.
Oh, it was just straightforward.
No, it's wrong.
I always overthink that. I always feel like they're gonna do that more often, you know?
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be
So
after
that's
we
how
got
glass...
into the room.
Unless, of course, they would have used, like, the protein bottle to break the glass, which they didn't. It was put... that... Because otherwise, there should have been glass. If the can was already there, when the glass came in, it would have fallen like a glass waterfall, just on top of the can. Makes sense. Now it makes sense. Think beforehand, maybe it wouldn't. You would have just kind of just like, oh, it's whatever. Maybe it rolled around, maybe got hit, which is why Kyoko asked what she did, because then that clarified. No one remembered doing it.
I see. So that's your explanation.
He is shook, and I'm living for it.
Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
Ah.
So you
So we
asked
explained
everyone
this.
about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Ah. So the poison was in the rec room at the Oh.
That's all true. Then why did Sakura drink the poison?
That means she drank the poison.
I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from
She
its
drank
original
it
bottle,
knowing that it was
knowing
poison.
exactly what it was.
She purposely drank poison.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
It couldn't have been, right? Because they asked him to go get it, meaning they...
What do you think, Makoto?
Hang on, I have a thought here. I can't put it together. The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, it would have had to have been... Yeah, it couldn't have been Hiro. It couldn't have been Hina. It had to have been Sakura themselves. They purposely drank it.
It was Sakura
So they
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
Mm-hmm.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Oh no. No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need, and now I have to hit Hina with it and I have to make her accept it. Oh no. A third one?
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Oh, I'm out of bullets.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
It's the...
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
The yellow powder.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
On the top? The... I feel dumb because I can't... I know what it is. I can't explain it.
It did?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah,
The same
that.
yellow powder that had been
Which
spilled
if-
by the shelf in the
If
chem lab.
they spilled it, it would have landed on top of the shoe.
That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
It was. It was very clearly.
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
It could have been... Jesus sauce.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only
Because
her
they
instinct,
spilled it.
right?
They spilled it when they went and got it intentionally.
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled.
Yeah.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how
Right.
she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
No.
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No!
Yeah.
It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No,
No.
you didn't.
No,
kill
you
her.
didn't. The one that killed Sakura The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Ah, this is a plot twist. They themselves.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Yeah, makes sense.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because she locked the room. She put the... Okay. Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door, because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. I'll check your legs. Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept.
And that's when the switch happened.
There,
The bait
you
and
took
switch.
the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Which explains how the glass got in when Makoto broke the window. Then when they went and swapped the bottles, they put protein in the bottle during that switch. This is how the glass got down there. Because the glass went in first. Okay.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
There's that too.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
That is true.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right?
Right.
Footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
I mean, can you keep up with that superior intellect there, buddy? Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. It's wild, but...
No! I killed her!
No, you didn't.
I didn't!
No, you
It's
didn't.
enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right.
It's time to make a comic book.
We have to end this properly.
It's time to make a comic book. Alright, let's see here. Ah, yes. They didn't come, though. Wow, they are very happy to not come, apparently. Look at them, they're like, oh man, this note is great. I feel like these two could be swapped. If we get it wrong, it's the locker ones. That's my guess. Because I feel like that could be them leaving the locker instead of getting in the locker. And this could be them, like, we'll find out. Let's enact it, and let's see what happens.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
Yeah.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others.
All right, it's 0 or nothing.
She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Okay.
And she found it.
I feel a little bit better now.
Into the locker
I
to
think
get out
we
of
got
sight.
it now.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the right piece.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime.
Mm-hmm.
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message.
A shining message.
To that end, he wrote down a name.
Mm-hmm.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear,
Okay, yeah, okay, so now I feel a bit better about our chances.
she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted.
But
This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura.
yeah.
She freaked out.
All right, there we go with that.
And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then,
She looked like she's
what
seen
was
better
Sakura's
days, but-
actual cause of death?
Okay.
It was the poison that Sakura
Now there's one other, and that's
herself
the
got from
2 swap
Kenway.
bottle stuff. I think we got that right though, so I think we're good.
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside,
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
but someone
The
already knew
Gray
what had
Man.
happened. Knew
The
that she had
dreaded Gray
committed
Man.
suicide.
Okay, no, we're good. We're in the clear.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the
Yep.
one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life,
Dang.
and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to, how were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Cause you the bottom 99%, bro.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean,
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Just smug the whole... Okay. Ah. And so the doors close on yet another case. We're not done yet, though. I feel like we're not done yet. That's a lot of points, actually. That's another 110 added on to like our 130.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot?
Dang, even she forgot. Okay.
I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta
now you
do
jinxed it. Now I'm yawning.
Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, they really are tired, huh? You can kind of hear their voice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire...
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
You know, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of
What
us.
are you thinking?
And yet you, why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one
I
to
couldn't
die.
let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Hang on now. Because everyone, even me, we all killed... No, that logic is very flawed. Definitely you didn't. But then there's also some of us who also didn't... No. We all have to pay for our crimes. No. Serious? That's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand. Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll just do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, and because of me,
I can't
my closest
forgive
friend
this.
got hurt. Sakura, because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they're gonna gang up on you at once, even you... Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet... Yeah, it's pretty bad. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just the misunderstanding.
what are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't
You have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. Suicide soaked. Suicide soaked. Suicide soap. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd push her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait, right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf, Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late. She was taking out her kneecap. Sakura,
Please!
let me in, open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We all killed her, all of us. No, see, that's where you're still wrong, though. That's where we gotta pause the brakes. You were actually making a lot of sense. It was going together, it was, you know, and then you go, no, it's not. No, they pushed her into a corner, and they murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. Excuse you. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. And you did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. No, she didn't. Oh my goodness. You are dangerously flawed. I wanted to free her of her regrets, but even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking. Because her and me,
In other words,
well, what I'm really trying to say is,
yes, indeed.
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it really was like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. But Hina already... Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? Then... You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. Filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. You literally just said you did something, though. Like, you literally just said you just did. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? You almost did. Yes. I'm just gonna say yes. The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? It's all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut. No, because it depends what the actual one says. So then, what does she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it in my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
See, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the
And
mastermind.
what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reach another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart and the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than
I
anything,
cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Not everyone else. Some were suspicious, but her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. But we didn't all hate her. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control, and to fulfill that obligation I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us?
Correct.
She didn't in her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And if you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end, I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible.
Yeah, Monokuma, that would have definitely changed the entire class trial.
Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
Survive, and we almost bit it.
But
This is... I didn't understand how she felt, not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. It was your meddling, my dude. You took the real note. If you just left the note there, none of this would have happened. It's almost as if, even though you're not involved, you kind of want us all to end up killing each other, despite saying you're not going to get involved. She deserved all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean the next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with the fake suicide note. Thank you, Naegi. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
What?
Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends and we need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered because the one we need to destroy is you and nobody else.
What do
The
you
heck?
want?
That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Oh, good going, huh, buddy? You really messed up now, huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me
There's no point in participating in the game, which has lost that sense of excitement, which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? What's going on here is you done messed up. You ruined your own game, and now look at this mess you've made. Now I only have one thing to look forward to, and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment on the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go, and if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
what the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to
It's the
punish you
moment you've
guys?
all been waiting for. Punishment time. Who's getting punished? Sakura's already dead.
what?
Yeah, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the Bears ×1 rule.
Listen up.
Yeah, you might hate him, but he doesn't lie. But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Himself. That's a plot twist. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Oh no. No, dang. Oh, why is Monokuma so swole? Excavator destroyer. He is jacked. Alter ego. You... You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk. Really took a lot out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. It's all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhumane AI, but it's true, so it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddied and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill them?
What's the matter?
You were friends with the laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball? Shut up. It wasn't just a laptop, they were my friend. And you killed them. Is this what you call Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, like laptops? Yo, is there a soul in there? Hello? No, that's just water. Okay, never mind. Stay hydrated. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things all sneaky.
Just as I
So,
thought.
you finally noticed.
Actually...
Finally? No, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop. I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data from that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So first I didn't really care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here together. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. They wanted to help at the risk of their own life, and for that they were killed. Oh, jeez. Yep, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, their death wasn't meaningless either. Everyone who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. Swole, Makoto. I swear to God, someday you will pay for all this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like, just unreasonably upset.
Well...
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that,
Uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Oh, voice crack. We've been reading for too long. Or it was a purpose attempt at Goofy. It's both, probably. Prepare your ears for the dissonant tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it'll act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What, a clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time that I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word, and we would have been in deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know. Huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for your hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line on the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Huh, wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die, she'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well,
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try and get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? And after Celeste's trial was over, it was after Celeste's trial was over. Whatever. What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? What is this, like the Phantom Menace? Amongst other plots that have done that. Oh, I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, and you've seen stuff like that in Zero Escape, have you? So it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that. A crossover between Zero Escape... Actually, that's what happened. The person that made... Like, I want to say it was the person that made Zero Escape and the person that made Danganronpa have gone and, like, made their own game. Or they're making one at the point of recording this. I don't know. By the time this comes out, maybe more news will be out about it. But I don't... At the time... Oh, my voice. At the time of recording this, that is a thing.
Yo.
That is happening. So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But,
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than head back up? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But I must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit. Dial back that ego a bit. Kind of mystery someone like you could pose. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured out everything.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, no,
Oh
no,
no. No, 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 no. I can't. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Oh, jeez, why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball? Has he never been called anything as much as he belittles people? That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball. Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
no, 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 no!
Stop fighting, Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. Give and take me. Wow. Yeah, it's time to leave. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope Seek Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on, and we all went back to our rooms before a long night snuck up on us. Ding dong bing bong.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Oh, you're one to talk. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Oh, great. It's sleep paralysis demon. Catch up. Oh no, wake up. Yeah, wake. That makes sense. The voice dragged me from my slumber into a hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Kyoko?
Yeah.
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Do you never lock your doors? Because that's like, what was it? Taka, Toko, Kyoko now. People just keep coming up in here. And Flash was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. But my door, exactly, it was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. Yep, it was unlocked. Are you serious?
Hey,
Annie, always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it?
correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. 3 a.m. What's Kyoko waking me up at this hour? Well, we usually go until we finish a chapter at this point, so we might as well see what's going on. I could end the episode, but I don't want to yet. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lie down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan on doing that? Or how do you plan to do that? Uh-oh. And she put her lips next to my ear and whispered. Oh, is this time? The data center on the 4th floor. The one that's locked that we can't get into? Yeah,
Goodbye.
what? I'll meet you there. With another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. It is locked, but apparently maybe it's not locked. Maybe it's open. That, or maybe we can break into it without breaking the rule of not breaking into stuff. In which case, then we die, and then that's not good. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed to the data center on the 4th floor. Oh, we're gonna teleport? Yeah, I don't have to do any work? Perfect. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me here. She may be inside already? I put my hand on the door with a certain amount of force. Nope. It didn't open. I tried again, but... yeah, it's locked. It's definitely locked still. It's the locked room case. The sequel. What was it, Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, you're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right? But I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself. It looked like you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? Behind a couch? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko? Funny of you to show up.
You two? You guys?
Whatever, the two of you, just go back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey,
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay. Yeah, go on. Get out of here. Shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was that all about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation like always, but...
Goodbye.
Well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Kyoko's right next to me once again, whispering to my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Watch out for her. There's the end of the chapter. All-star apologies.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Oh boy. Mukuro Ikusaba is where we're going to end the episode. We're almost at the 3-hour mark, I believe. Maybe a little bit under. We kind of merged the trial with the investigation. Usually we split that up into 2 different ones, but the trial was, or the investigation was like 30 minutes. And so that was like, I could have but I just didn't. So we just put it all together, and we're heading to chapter 5 in the next video. I don't know if you can hear it in my throat or my voice, but my throat is going, so I'm going to call the episode there just because I don't have the ability to keep going anyways. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so that way you can see whatever the heck this is about. But also, because it's the actual subscribe button, because YouTube, you know, whatever. But I don't know which video will be next. We're just going to have to wait and see. So until this time, take care, and enjoy pizza responsibly. Thank you for watching.